No, she's saying pull hall, but I'm just making up. I don't think it's a mondegreen if you're just speaking nonsense. Today's recording session is brought to you by Cleveland's own Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I had a friend who had them as a client for some stuff he was doing involving photography and hiring people, and it wasn't directly about PR, but something. And he said that when they first opened, they hadn't made the cases big enough for the mannequins. So there's Tina Turner on a mannequin in her outfit, and next to that is Tina Turner's head severed from her body, and it was like that throughout. I can't remember who else was there at that point, who had been inducted, but I can picture Tina Turner as if I'd seen her in mannequin form, decapitated. No one decapitated Joni Mitchell. She's getting a Kennedy Center award. She's getting honored by the Kennedy Center this year. Okay. This is probably the scariest thing I've ever had to say. Come here. I don't like Joni Mitchell. I've looked at this from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow I just don't get it. She wrote Both Sides Now. That's a great song. She wrote Woodstock. Great song. But I prefer the cover versions. I don't really need to hear her sing in Woodstock, her she does something like that. That's just too much for me. Both Sides Now? Okay. Her grown-up version of it, that she sang with sort of a Peggy Lee affect where she's barely moving, and it's just a little bit of bass and maybe some piano. Yes. But she does this shtick of always smoking a cigarette. If you look at photos of her from the past, cigarette. If you look at something just from a few years ago on Canadian television, which my YouTube algorithm keeps popping up for me, cigarette. It looks like an act. Like, I'm just phoning it in. Oh, yeah, hang on, let me think about your question and then start to tell you my answer with a puff of smoke coming out of my mouth. I don't, you wrote Both Sides Now. That should be enough. Get your ASCAP or BMI royalties for that. Live your life, and you don't have to smoke, you don't have to have a shtick. Just be you. This is the whole thing you allegedly were standing for. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand.